Hi guys, and welcome back to another video on the channel. Sorry if my voice sounds a bit croaky. I was at the Hypen concert last night. One of the best concerts of my life. Repping the Walk the Line hat. Don't judge how much money I spent on this, okay? 45 British pounds for this hat. It says Walk the Line, which is the name of their tour. And yeah, I did that. Yeah, I spent that. I also spent 60 British pounds on this. It's the light stick, basically. It's in there, but I don't want to get it out because it took a while to get it all back in. But like, low-key, lost my voice a little bit. My throat kind of kills. But anyway, to the topic of today's video, I'm doing my part 1 review of Alabasta. I have been wanting to get onto the next part of Alabasta so bad, but I've not had enough time to film this video. And I don't like filming my reviews with the hindsight of what happens next, because I want it to be like theories and stuff, be authentic to where I am at now, which I've just finished episode 111, like from my last reaction. If you guys haven't seen it, go check it out. Hopefully it's run across the bar, some side of my head. Go check it out. And if you're new to the channel, like completely, hi, my name is Molly. I am watching One Piece for the first time ever, first time experiencing One Piece. You guys are gonna be along with me for the journey of that, and I've built such a cute community over here. Everyone is so nice. So if you're gonna join, make sure you bring the good energy, the good vibes, and keep it spoiler free. I have 5 incredible, amazing mods who will come for you and delete that comment if you do try to spoil, so there's no point even trying. I will address one thing though. I have unfortunately encountered my first spoiler from none other than my own YouTube comments, unfortunately. The spoiler is big, but it's not crazy, and I will tell you guys exactly what it is. So my phone obviously gives me notifications for my YouTube comments. Usually I do not check my comments until my mods give me the all clear that I can check them, but unfortunately this notification was just the first thing on my phone when I woke up. It was typically that comment, and it has been spoiled to me that Pell, the character Vivi's, like one of Vivi's and Alabasta's main guards, does die in the series. I'm pissed. I'm so mad that this has been spoiled. I do not blame my mods in the slightest. Like, the comment had just come through when it was on my phone. It was just a mix of bad timing and just someone that likes to ruin other people's experiences. So, like I say, I want to reiterate, I want to keep this place spoiler free, and I would never fake a reaction, which is why I'm informing you guys that I do know about Pell dying. So that is my first and only spoiler I've encountered so far. Any other spoiler that's been removed has been removed either just super quick by my mods or gone straight over my head. I will always keep you guys in the loop and be authentic with my reactions. I'm not going to fake a reaction because we just don't do that around here. It sucks, I know. I don't know what episode it's on, don't know when it's going to be, so it's probably still going to surprise me when it comes, but I do know that that is going to happen. It's something that maybe I could have guessed. It sucks. I like Pell. I've not seen much of him so far, but I do like him, so yeah, just have that full transparency. But let's get on with the review of Alabasta Part 1, which is episodes 92 to 111. Also, check out all my socials if you would like to, and make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy my content, and also just like drop a comment because I love talking to you guys in the comments as long as they're spoiler free. I literally replying to everyone's comments and reading them is one of my favorite things to do, and just such a nice pick me up when I'm having a tough time. Honestly, I love my community. It's just this unfortunate like one person has kind of ruined that one thing, and I'm sure there'll be many other times in the future of this journey that I do encounter that as well. But it's something you just gotta be prepared for with all this. But like I say, we'll always keep you guys in the loop. Also, it's my first time trying out this hairstyle. I have no idea if it's cute. Feel free to tell me if it's not. I mean, maybe don't. No, you can if you want to. But my first time trying it out, because I don't really know how else to like wear a hat cutely. Searched up a little TikTok tutorial, and here we are. Sorry if you hate it. Let's actually get on to the review now. I feel like I've yapped so much. My apologies. First thing I wrote on my review notes was, we're in Alabasta, let's go, because I was so excited to get to Alabasta. It's been like the lead up of this entire saga so far. We've kind of stopped off on each island to reach this point, and so I was so excited to finally be in Alabasta. And then they gave us a lot more context on where Alabasta is at right now, and I realized that they're all under Crocodile's manipulation. Like, he's literally presented as this savior, and they've kind of fallen for it, and I don't blame them for that fact, especially after learning more later on. And then I noticed that he has a hook for a hand. He has a hook for a hand, and he's called Crocodile. Peter Pan reference, or am I tripping? Because like Captain Hook, he's got his hook for his hand, but his crocodile is his worst enemy. He's scared of the crocodile. It's got the clock in it. Comparison, maybe? That's what I was thinking. So I was kind of confused about his devil fruit. I thought it was something to do with the weather, like in like all of the weather, not just sand based. Obviously, we learned more later on about that. Oh yeah, we were then having issues with food, and I was like, Luffy, you did not eat all of our food. I swear we had a whole dinosaur from Little Garden. There's no way we've eaten a whole dinosaur already. But then it's Luffy, so like, why am I surprised? And once again, that whole like sequence was pushing my Sanji father of the ship allegations. I know people have like disagreed with me in the comments, but Sanji is giving father of the ship. Usopp's reaction to the underwater volcanoes was hilarious. And then going through like the fog and realizing we're about to pass Mr. 2, we got more about Mr. 2's devil fruit, and I was like, that's such a strange devil fruit, but also could be like so beneficial, which we've already seen. Oh my god, I was so pissed at this. He flashed Nami's girls at Luffy and Usopp. What are we doing that for? Don't do that ever again, please. What happened to, like, privacy? I was mad. Immediately, Mr. 2 was on my don't like list, because who do you think you are? I love how Vivi is so humble and kind-hearted. This was just like a thought I had while watching. I love how she's so humble and kind-hearted. Like, girl, of course we're gonna help you. We're in this together now. And I love how she never assumes people are gonna be there for her. And I get why, because of the way Alabasta's been. Like, obviously I didn't know at the time who the leader of the rebel army is, but I said, okay, the leader of the rebel army is kind of gorgeous. I didn't know at the time how important he was. And now I think he's even more gorgeous learning more about him. I know he's going to be on our side. I know him and Vivi are going to reunite and he's going to be convinced by her. I know that because like I said in my last video, if you didn't catch it, this isn't a romance show, I know. But they are giving childhood friends to lovers. Like the enemies in the middle too. Come on. Hey, I want to see it. I made a note that dance powder makes rain because I knew that that would be important. And it was also just making notes about how Alabasta was battling with a drought and it's like the Sand Kingdom and everything. I was just kind of writing down all the information that would be good for later. So already I was starting to get worried about the effect that Bon Clay having their faces would have. So I was already going, is that the real Chopper that's with Sanji? Like, I don't know why that sparked in my brain that it might not have been, but I think it's because there was like some separation. And I was like, are we sure that's Chopper? But I'm pretty comfortable now that it is. And of course Sanji bought Vivi and Nami those outfits, the dancer outfits. They're gorgeous, can I just say. Absolutely stunning, gorgeous outfits. And I'm not surprised that Sanji was the one to buy them for them. This is when we met Ace, Podcasty Ace from the Whitebeard Pirates. And then that is when I had my reaction to episodes 94 and 95, which you can catch on my channel. So I didn't write my review notes while I do my reactions because I'm watching with you guys, so I don't have like the time to do review notes, but I do tend to write down names and stuff to remember. So that's why I've got Podcasty, how do you say his name? Portgas? Ace from the Whitebeard Pirates. I've written that down and only that really. So check out my reaction for my other thoughts on those episodes. They then sent off Karu into the desert and I was like, Karu, please be safe. And I was like convinced that the lizard runners and Karu were gonna cross paths and maybe have like an interaction or a bad interaction, but it seems like all was fine because Karu made it safely. I wrote down about the turtle seals. They do have a name, I think it was Kung Fu something. And I just wrote down about how when they get beat, they become the pupil of whoever beat them. And then Luffy, being the captain he is, just gained 20 new crew members from beating them. And I was like, honestly, I'd let them come with. They're adorable. They're so cute. And then they took Chopper. I was like, hold on. No. Bring him back, please. I was like, Chopper's the cutest of all. Those things are cute. They're not as cute as Chopper. Not as cute as my boy. I said, I'm loving this Ace and Sanji duo that we're getting. It's very subtle, but I'm catching on and they definitely seem the same age or closest in maturity. I think you guys have told me that Ace is 20 and Sanji and Zoro are 18 and Luffy 17, or Sanji and Zoro 19. I can't remember, but Ace and Sanji seemed closest in age and kind of maturity too. And then it was more about they were supposed to deliver the dance powder to the king and more information about how dance powder affects the clouds and steals rain from other countries or other like places in Alabasta. And so I was like, okay, so Vivi's dad was framed as stealing the rain from neighboring islands. So I was like, I'm so happy to get that context because I was really waiting for that. And I can't specifically remember the context of this, but I said, that's so sad. It's as if the city of Erumalu is crying. I really hope they keep that line in the live action. Because I think it was like the way the wind came through it made a sound throughout the city that was like deserted because of the drought. And I think it was Vivi that said, it's as if the city of Eromalu is crying. And I'm like, I really hope they keep that line in the live action because that really impacted me. I was like, that is so sad. I was like, this is just heartbreaking. I can't wait for them to restore Alabasta. They gave us the backstory in such a good way because it made us care immediately. Like, I cared immediately. Like, I'd cared from before, but I was like, no, hold on. We need to restore this place because this is so sad. Such good storytelling, as you guys already know. And I also love Luffy's passion. It's so well communicated, always has been. And also, we're heading to Yuba and we bumped into like more dinosaurs and like different things. Then there was a moment of like Zoro pulling Chopper along on like his little sled. I was like, that is so cute. I might just cry. I need more Zoro and Chopper, please, which I feel like I'm definitely gonna get. I loved their conversation in episode, was it 102? I can't remember, but someone informed me that actually was a filler episode. And I'm like, I loved that conversation. Chopper turning big to scare Usopp and Zoro forcing him to go small was hilarious. Once again, just little insights into the dynamics of the crew. One of my favourite things, as you guys know. And Ace confirming Luffy hasn't changed a bit doesn't surprise me at all. He seems so authentic and true to himself at all times. So like, I love how we got a little bit into like Luffy and Ace's past just through Ace's like little remarks he makes. Like, Luffy's not changed a bit. And I'm like, that makes so much sense. It's Luffy. Don't think he would ever change. He's always been who he is, and that's what makes him so lovable and likable to us. Vivi standing up for Luffy, even though she didn't need to because it's Ace, but like just her standing up for him was so nice to see, because we've seen a lot of Vivi and Luffy's dynamic. We've seen a lot of it and it's beautiful. I love their friendship. Their dynamic is one of my favorites so far because it's very highlighted. That was just another moment that I loved of her defending Luffy to Ace, even though she didn't need to because he's like, look, he's always been that way. Chopper Loki having spidey senses. Like, Chopper Loki has those spidey senses because he sensed like the sandstorm coming. So the next sequence of review notes I have are kind of confusing to me watching it, but luckily I filmed a mini crash out video about it, so I can just put that in right here. Luffy, we could have gummed the birds. I feel like we don't have to run after it. Oh, okay. We've just been eaten by a plant. Anyway, as I was saying, we could have like gummed the birds to us, I feel like. Oh, he's not been eaten anymore. He's out. Okay. Then there was a camel. And I was like, there's so many types of monsters in this desert. I cannot keep up at all. I just need us to get our stuff back from those birds. That pissed me off. Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji devoured. I love that once again, as I've said before, the way these big threats are insignificant to our crew is communicated so well. And I loved the triple team up there. Sanji, Zoro, and Luffy. Low-key, like, absolute power trio. Like, they would, especially after seeing Sanji in the recent episode that I watched, I don't see how anyone is going to be able to defeat the Straw Hats when you've got those three. And yeah, like, Vivi, can we start mentioning these things before they happen, please? Because she seems to be like, oh, that. Basically, that can kill you in 2 seconds. Could have said that 5 minutes ago, babe. Then we met Lashes, the camel. Love, great addition to our journey. And then Luffy ate the cactus that made him hallucinate, and Chopper saved the day once again with the tranquilizer. And I was like, then we all kind of got separated because Nami and Vivi were on Lashes and the boys were all there, and then Ace was somewhere completely separate, and I was like, Ace, where the fuck are you? And then there was the sand pirate ship, and they were called the Barbar Sand Pirates, and Barbarossa was the captain of the Barbar Sand Pirates. Slay, nice to meet you guys. Untie my girls now, thank you. Untie them, thanks. But they seem nice, they seem like a cute little pirate crew. And then Rasa was giving slay. From the minute I saw her, I thought she was giving slay, and I loved her little storyline with Vivi, about them being as kids, and I felt so bad for Rasa. Like, whoever plays her in the live action, I need them to give a performance. I need them to give a performance because that was emotional. I was like, oh my goodness. And then the shadow of her younger self, guys, beautiful. Beautifully animated, beautifully told, brilliant. I kind of went off on a tangent there, but then Zoro and Sanji also had like a little tag team moment on the dung beetle thing. I thought they were going to tag team the bandits, but they did with the dung beetle instead. Usopp said the line, what's worse than a kid's lie? And Sanji goes, you're not one to talk. I was cackling, guys. I was laughing so hard at that. That was so funny. Obviously, we met like Kamu and the 3 fake rebel soldiers? Rebellion? Members of the rebellion, the three fake ones, and I was like, oh my gosh. Then Kamu mentioned dreams, and I was like, we're cooked. Luffy is about to punch himself or something to make sure that Kamu wins. I was like, we are cooked. Then we had like little flashbacks of Koza and Vivi, and I loved this. I loved their backstory. Koza was speaking facts for a kid, but Vivi's dad seems like a really good leader. I loved how he appreciated Koza's emotion towards it. And then baby Vivi, mini Vivi, is actually the cutest. Like, so adorable, so adorably animated. I was like, she's so cute. And Vivi and Koza got that little fight, and they were like pulling at each other's mouths. And then he made her the vice leader of their little like, what was it called? The sand something? I can't remember. But it was so cute that she was able to be the vice leader and like interact with the other kids and like just be like a normal girl. It was so cute to see, especially the way that Koza was with her was so cute. And like all these flashbacks made me remember that Igaram was dead, or at least I thought he was. We had the moment with Vivi being like 3 grown men trying to kidnap Vivi. I loved how they were all protecting her. It was so cute. But Koza was stressing me out. He was stressing me out. It was very cute. But I was like, please don't die. Please don't die right now. And I said, I'm sorry guys, I shipped them. I'm sorry, but this is childhood lovers, I'm telling you. I'm telling you guys, I need to see this. And once again, I was like, Koza, please don't die. And then it showed us like all these kids that were beat up by these 3 men. And I was like, oh my god, those are children. I was so mad this whole time. I was like so mad. Nani means what in Japanese, I believe, from the subs. Because like someone was going, Nani? Or something like that. And I was like, that must mean what? Because they said it a lot at that time. And so I wrote down that's what that means. Learning Japanese as we go, guys. Come on, let's go. And I was like, this is actually terrifying. Grown men hunting a little girl in a secluded place like this is super unsettling. Like, it was actually so scary. And I was just stressed about Koza so much. Like, he got the cut on his eye. I'm not loving it. I think I did a little video reaction to that as well, so we'll add that in here. Guys, that's a child. That's a child. I have to be quiet because it's 20 past 1 in the morning. But that's a fucking child. What? That, like, first of all, gagged over, like, the children, like, the group of children beat up on the floor from these grown men. And we've just sliced Koza's eye. No! At least he's not dead. I was really, really scared for a second that we were going to get Vivi's trauma of watching her, like, best friend die. Then I wrote down about Chaka and Pell being obviously the warriors, and I said one of them sounds really familiar, kind of like Sanji's voice actor. Like, they sounded pretty similar. Don't know if it's the same guy, probably not, but like, let me know. And I saw little baby Carol in the flashbacks. Guys, so cute. And then I was just like, please, can we reunite with Koza? Please, reunite. And then it was revealed, oh no, Koza's the leader of the rebel army. What the hell? He literally knows Vivi, he knows the king. Why are you leading a rebel army against people you know them, you know what they're like? I am excited to find out more about that, but I was very shocked. Then we got the episode about Scorpion. I wrote down that's obviously a bounty hunter that defeated Blackbeard. This guy defeated Blackbeard? In what world? Okay, give me a break. I don't think this guy's defeated Blackbeard with the way that everyone's bigged him up. And then Luffy said, like, suge? And I was like, I love when he's so expressive. I have no idea what that means, but I wrote it down. Because it's such an expressive expression, but I have no idea what it means. And then I saw the 2 boys. I was like, those 2 boys are Scorpion's kids. Guessed that. Everyone knows Ace. That's actually insane. Like, I need to know how he got this reputation. I cannot wait to get more backstory on him. We kind of got to fighting Scorpion, and I was like, I'm pretty sure it's safe to say he didn't defeat Blackbeard. And then it was revealed that the kids were his kids, and I was like, I knew it. And then he also spoke about dreams, and I was like, okay, everyone's been talking about dreams these past 2 episodes. I love it because it's truly the heart of the show, but I wonder why we're reinforcing it for 2 full episodes. I loved it. I thought those episodes were really great. Once again, speaking to the heart of the show, and so I loved it. And then Ace just left. I was like, just like that? What? But then I remembered that technically he wasn't with us in that part in the manga. But I was sad because it meant that we're not meeting Blackbeard and Ace is leaving. But it also reinforced my theory about Blackbeard that I have, if you guys don't know. because obviously Blackbeard is a real pirate that existed. I don't know much about him as a pirate, but I know that like he did exist in the real world. So I think that Blackbeard is maybe just like a call back to the real world and almost like a little cameo to the real world almost in a way, and we will never meet him. We just know of his like activities and stuff in the background, you know? Maybe. I could so be off, but like that was a little theory I had. I really liked that entire conversation between Zoro and Chopper about the dynamic of the crew, and why Zoro joined it speaks volumes to how Luffy has changed all their lives. We all know the Straw Hats aren't your average pirate crew, but it's so nice to hear the characters talk about it and explain it as well, because I love the way the Straw Hats work. Their dynamic is the best. I've not really seen any of the pirate crew dynamics other than Shanks' crew a little bit more so in the live action, and I think that the way the Straw Hats run is perfect and so suited to them, and I loved how well Zoro explained that to Chopper. Luffy rolling around on the floor in the hole, I was dying laughing, and then the Zoro's comedy hole, once again dying laughing. And then we also had another conversation about the Straw Hats dynamic between Nami and Vivi, another one which I really appreciated and loved, and we had an Arlong Park flashback. I miss Arlong Park. I don't miss it, it was really sad, but like that was such a cute, not cute, it's not cute, how do I say this, like it wasn't cute, what happened to Nami was horrible, but it was like so integral and important to the story, and Nami's like turnaround into joining the crew, and it was just one of my favorites. And so that little like flashback to Arlong Park, oh my gosh, I was like, my thought daughter self is being fed this episode in episode 102 about the crew dynamics being talked about and like all of that. Like I am such a thought daughter, and I was being so fed, so I was like, I love this. And Ace's piece of paper they gave us had nothing on it, and I was like, was it written in a secret like special gel glitter pen or something that can only be seen in specific lighting? I don't know, don't know why it was empty, but empty, plain, I don't know. Side note, this is a thought that I had in the episode. I feel like Zoro and Ace could potentially have a Steve Harrington and Eddie Munson type dynamic in the future. I would love that. Obviously like Luffy kind of being the Dustin type. I don't think they'd have as much of the jealousy, because obviously Ace is Luffy's brother. Zoro is like Luffy's brother 100%. But like I feel like they could have that similar dynamic where they bond over Luffy and their care and love for him and protectiveness almost over him as well. Like I would love to see that in the future. I feel like they could really have it. And then Usopp going, carry me Zoro. Me too. Me too, Usopp. Honestly, I'm with you on that. I get it. Then we had like a cut to Miss Aura, Miss Nico Robin, Miss All Sunday. She got so many names. I'm gonna carry on Miss Aura though. Her voice is so satisfying. Her voice actor, like their voice is so satisfying to hear and just suits the whole Miss Aura title that I've given her. And I wrote down about Miss Merry Christmas and Mr. Four and how Paula runs the Spider Cafe. Miss Christmas is a bitch and is annoying as fuck. Can't stand her actually, so annoying, voice so annoying. Could so do without her. Oh, I forgot to even address the bandages on the arms that we did when we tied bandages on our arms about Bon Clay. Loved that. Loved that so much. That's like such an important bit to me. I'm surprised I didn't write about it on my review notes, but I loved it. I thought that was so cute, and I know that it's going to become important. I know. So don't know who's going to be like replaced by Bon Clay, but we will find out. And Mr. 3 was there. I was like, ew, go away. And then there was Mr. 1, and then Paula is Miss Doublefinger. Then we pulled up to Yuba. It was empty, other than one man who I knew was Koza's dad, by the way. My guesses for Alabasta had been so on point. Like, they're only easy guesses, probably, like context clues give it, but I knew that that was Koza's dad, Toto. And then we found out we have to go all the way back where we were to find the rebel army. What the fuck? And I said, all these Baroque Works agents are such rage bait because they're all so annoying. Like, there's not a single one of them that I like at all. That's not true. I like Nico Robin and I like Crocodile because they're good villains. Do you know what I mean? I don't like find them annoying. They're good villains, and I'm excited to learn more about Robin, especially because apparently maybe she's not a villain. And Crocodile was just menacing, especially his voice actor, incredible job. So I like them. The rest of them, so fucking annoying. Like, they must be rage bait because I cannot. I don't like any of them, I'm sorry guys. I know they probably are liked, not to me. I'm sorry, not at this point. But I liked Miss Golden Week. She had a cool power, bring her back. Where's she? She was fun. And the Mr. 3 got killed by the crocodiles. Except he didn't. but whatever. Then Luffy had his speech to Vivi about being there for her. I felt like I was missing something in that speech because I was kind of like, what point are we making here? Don't we already know that we're all going to put our lives on the line? I was confused. I thought that we were already putting our lives on the line and Vivi knew that. But it's really cute that they were reiterating it, but I was just a bit confused. But I got it in the end, that we were saying, there's no point going to the rebel army. We just need to go straight to Crocodile. We're in this with you. Let's just go straight for the head of the beast. Let's go straight there. So I got that in the end. But at the time I was like, what are we talking about? But now, like, I got it in the end. Loved how they reiterated that. Once again, Vivi is so humble that she just doesn't believe the people are there for her, but they are. And I love that Luffy knows that she needs that to be reiterated. And I said, Luffy and Vivi have been super good for each other. They've both taught each other things and changed each other in really good ways. And then I was like, where's Karo? How have we made it halfway across the country and he hasn't even delivered the letter yet? Who turns up? My boy Karo. I was like, no way, I was just talking about that. Do I have a devil fruit power for guessing or something? Is my devil fruit power guessing? Like, I guess so much of this arc so far, but also I've been shocked by a lot of it too. Someone tried to touch Karo's bandage and he got like crashed out about it, and I was like, yep, don't touch the bandages. I brought that up earlier too. Once again, guessing. Come on. And I think I did a video about it too, so I'll insert that video here. Guys, I'm currently on episode 105 and I just brought up, I was like, in my review notes, oh, like, where's Karo at? Like, how have we made it across the country and he's not even delivered the letter yet? Karo turns up. And then they address the bandages thing on the arm. I brought that up, like, last episode in my review notes. I've decided that I think I have a devil fruit power of guessing, of predictions. Because I had another prediction that was right. Oh, yeah, that it was Keizo's... Keizo? Koza's dad in Yuba. I had a prediction that was him. And I was right. Also that the children, Scorpion's children, were his children, you know. That's my devil fruit power, is predictions. And then Vivi's dad obviously received the discovery letter from Vivi about her discoveries. I was like, Cobra, you should go to Koza with that and tell him of what Vivi's discovered, because I think he would trust Vivi's word, you know? I wrote down that the Sea Prism Stone weakens devil fruit users, because I was like, that seems very important. I was like, where's Vivi? Smoker, please team up with the Troll Hats, please. Nico Robin turns up. Her arm went through Vivi. I was like, what in the world? Pell obviously was there and he was like fighting her, and then she kind of like killed Pell in a way. I also wrote down that Missile Sunday, she's got the flower fruit, makes body parts bloom like flowers. And I was like, her power is so strange but like super effective. I was like, what the fuck, did she just kill Pell? Why do you guys like her? She's a bitch. Okay? That was me with the hindsight of what I had at the time. Don't hurt me, okay? I know everyone likes her and I still kind of don't understand it, but I'm sure I'm gonna understand the future. I'm sure I'll understand the future. I do see Koza's side from his perspective. Vivi's dad is being selfish and showing his entitlement. I do see it from his perspective. But then I realised, hold on, that's not Vivi's dad, that's fucking Bon Clay. I was like, that's gotta be Bon Clay, right? Surely, there's no way he would say this. And then I put my video reaction, I caught my reaction to the Bon Clay reveal of me being right. And also, unintentionally, to Koza being like shot. So, enjoy that. This is Bon Clay. This is Mr. 2. This is no way in hell is this Vivi's dad. This is Mr. 2. Just do the reveal. I know it's Bon Clay. I know it's not Vivi's dad. No way. Yeah, no, this is fucking what's his name? Bon Clay. This is not Cobra. No chance. This is not Vivi's dad. Oh, this little guy. This is not Vivi's dad. This is not Vivi's dad. Someone needs to like reveal it quick so I can be proved right on camera, please. Yeah, nah, fuck this. This is my favorite one. No way, we got a Zoro and a Sanji one. Hurry up with the reveal now. Are you fucking with me? Are you fucking with me? Are you kidding me? No, he has to reunite with Vivi first. Yeah, that's fucking Bon Clay. Okay, yes, that was the reveal I needed. He's doing the fucking weird wink thing. Okay, that's all I wanted to film this for, was the reveal. He's not dead, right? Then obviously we go back to Crocodile's dusty, crusty ass basement. I just love Luffy so much, once again, with his passion. It was so heart-wrenching to watch Vivi in that situation of like being told about how her like home is gonna crumble and he has this plan to destroy it. It was horrible. Her voice actress did an incredible job, because wow. I was like, Crocodile's been creating the sandstorms everywhere? I did not guess that. He's horrid. We need Ace to come back now, is what I said. I don't know why I said that, but I just feel like I just want Ace back. And then Sanji coming in clutch. I was like, yes. I didn't get my hopes up this time for him to come in clutch, because last time I did that, he did in some ways, didn't in other ways in Little Garden, but he did this time in every single possible way. And I was so, so happy. So happy. And then it was my episode reaction to 109, 110, 111, and then that is the end. Sorry, I've spoken so quick, I'm rushing this. My dinner is ready. I need to rest my voice because it's killing, but I wanted to give you guys my review. But yeah, anyway, that is the end of today's video of my review of part 1 of Alabasta. Thank you guys so much for watching. Just remember, at this point, I still have only watched episode 111, so I don't know anything beyond. Please, no spoilers. And yeah, thank you again for watching. I appreciate you all so much, and I will see you again very soon with my reactions to episodes 119 and 120, or is it 118, 119? I can't remember, but I'll see you then. Love ya.
Love you. Bye.
Love ya.